A very good morning to each and everyone. Respected Honorable Dr. Neeraj Prabhakar Madam, and all the respected participants. So, beginning with our session, I would like to start the session. Meanwhile, our remaining participants will be going to join. So, good morning to one and all. On behalf of Sri Konda Lakshman Telangana State Horticulture University, Hyderabad, and Team Just Agriculture Education Group, I would like to welcome myself, Dr. Piyush Chaudhary, the course coordinator of this training program of 15 days international training program, that is Agritech 2050. It's a next generation training for agri internship and innovative horizon for 15. This program has been organized with the collaboration of Sri Konda Lakshman Telangana State Horticulture University, Hyderabad, and the team Just Agriculture, along with a large number of uh, co-advisors and various university as a knowledge partners and effectively sharing their platforms. So I would like to start this session. But before starting, I would like to give a brief introduction about the university, that is Sri Konda Lakshman Telangana State Horticulture University, named in the honor of and the memory of Sri Konda Lakshman Bapuji, a veteran freedom fighter and a Telangana protagonist, and is the only horticulture university in the state and the fourth of the country, which is grown for the engine of Telangana state and the chief source of income for the economy of the state. And as you all know, that the Just Agriculture platform in India is the largest agriculture professional platform in which participants are organizing a number of events, day-to-day gaps, and also having the number of research scholars, scientists, and eminent speakers. In eminent speakers, a large number of renowned personalities, including the vice chancellor, directors of various institutes, are with us. So, coming to the session, starting the inaugural session, I would like to welcome our privileged Honorable Vice Chancellor, Dr. B. Nirja Prabhakar ma'am, which is with us on this platform in the inauguration session. But before inviting ma'am, I would like to give a small introduction of about our Honorable Vice Chancellor and our Director of this Just Agriculture. So, ma'am is the Vice Chancellor of Sri Konda Lakshman Telangana Horticulture University, and ma'am is the first Vice Chancellor of the 74 state agriculture universities and was appointed on 15 January 2021. Ma'am has started her journey along with the master degree from Andhra Pradesh Agriculture University, College of Agriculture, Rajendra Nagar, Hyderabad, and her completed the diploma in personal management from Annamalai University and completed her doctorate degree from horticulture in from College of Agriculture, Rajendra Nagar, Anglo University. Ma'am has guided more than 30 PG and PhD students as a major advisor and has been a member of large number of students in their committees and has also published a large number of more than 100 of research papers, edited books, book chapters, number of popular articles, and presented several research papers in national and international level in the various seminar symposium, including Sri Lanka, Malaysia, and many more. During her service period, ma'am has played a key role as a scientist in charge of nursery and produce grafted and sampling of different fruit crops and ornamental plants. And ma'am has also having a vast experience in the field of vegetable breeding and production of hybrids of bottle gourd, tomato, rich gourd, and many more. As we know that the ma'am is the vice chancellor, so there are few significant achievements of the university under the leadership of ma'am. I would like to give a few example of that. That after joining ma'am as a vice chancellor, ma'am has marked one of the flag, that is ICR accreditation for the university for UG, PG, and PhD program for the upcoming 5 years. Ma'am has started the e-newsletter of the university along with the trademark and logo of the university and launched on the university website. They have also constituted the journal head of agroclimatic region of Telangana state and initiated bi-monthly review meeting for monitoring the ongoing research activities for better result. Along with this, ma'am was also nominated as the chairperson of Regional Advisory Committee of IIOPR, and has various number of member secretary in various scientific boards and all. Few of the awards which are remarkable, I would like to give here. That ma'am was also the recipient of state level Best Scientist Award in 2017 from University of Meritorious Teachers Award, and also from Dr. M.S. Swaminathan and Sir on 41st Convocation of Anglo in 2010. These are the few of the, there are various number of other awards such as Queen of Nation 2022 on the eve of International Women Day and received a large number of awards. So this was the introduction of our Honorable Vice Chancellor Ma'am, who is with us. So dear participant, as you know, the Just Agriculture Institute, the society is also working, and this is the behind of our Honorable Chief CEO and the founder of Just Agriculture. You all know that Dr. DPS Badwal sir, he is the founder, president of the society, and he is also actively in social activities and a well-known agri-entrepreneur. So I would like to give a small introduction about our the CEO sir also. Sir has received a best number of awards in the upcoming in the last few years, and sir has initiated in organizing All India First Agri Entrepreneurship Program with a well-renowned academicians and business consultant in the agriculture for the betterment and upgradation of the students and faculty knowledge and their experience. Along with this, they have organized a large number of events, which includes more than lakh participants in all over, and guided as the program director of international workshop organized with the collaboration of 7 ICR agriculture universities. This was possible with only and only with the effort of and the guidance received from the our DPS Badwal sir, in that in the year of 2 years only, Just Agriculture has collaborated with more than a large number of 17 in ICR institutes. Reputed one includes Icar, NAM, Manage Hyderabad, RII, PGKSU, MPOT Udaipur, and large number of state agriculture universities in organizing and being a partner with the MOUs signed on well on time for the betterment of research scholars, faculty, and many more for organizing a various number of events at national, international level, and giving about the academic career. Sir has done his PhD and published a large number of research papers, more than 100 of research papers, and also having marked in popular articles, research paper, more than 4 books, and many more. And the main dream for targeting for the Just Agriculture is for transformation of agriculture education sector. That is, Just Agriculture is one of the leading agriculture magazine in India, which is currently having more than 7 lakh subscribed users. So this was a small introduction of our sir. Now I would like to also welcome all the knowledge partners and all the course coordinators, that is Dr. Mohit Bhardwaj sir, who is the chief editor of Just Agriculture magazine, Dr. Utkarsha ma'am, and Dr. Pravesh sir, and myself, the course coordinator of this 15 days training program, and especially the other organizing members from all our other state agriculture universities. And most important, our respected honorable participants for joining with us on this online platform and making our event more successful. Now, I would like to invite Dr. DPS Badwal sir to please say few words. Dr. Badwal sir, please.
Yeah, thank you, Dr. Piyush. Good morning to all of you. I'm honored to welcome you all to the inaugural session of the 15 Days International Training Program on Agritech 2050, jointly organized by Sri Konda Lakshman Telangana State Horticulture University and Just Agriculture. As CEO of Just Agriculture, it fills me with immense pride to see such a diverse and knowledgeable gathering of 1,000 plus participants who joined through Zoom along with the YouTube. Experts, innovators, and enthusiasts in the agriculture sector from around the world. Special thanks to our Honorable Vice Chancellor Dr. B. Nizja Prabhakar ma'am, Vice Chancellor Sri Konda Lakshman Telangana State Horticulture University Telangana Hyderabad. As we know, agriculture has always been the heart of human civilization, sustaining life, fostering communities, and driving economies. As we stand on the cusp of the year 2050, with the growing global population and increasingly complex challenges such as climate change, resource scarcity, and food security, so we have to do some efforts and to for the innovation and to collaborate with the new innovations and technologies. So it is the need of the hour that we have to focus now towards the 2050 about our agriculture sector. So this whole training program is focusing on the latest technologies. So we cover various type of topics like agri bots, artificial intelligence, SAS, IoT sensors, blockchain technology in agriculture, geospatial imaging technology, precision farming, artificial intelligence, farm robotics, mechanization. Then many other topics like agri business ventures, entrepreneurship, FPOs. Along with that, our traditional farmings, organic farming, and HF farming. So these all topics will be covered by the various CEOs, scientists, and many other prominent stakeholders of the industry. So this training program serves as a platform for us to come together and share our experiences and explore the latest advancements in the agri-tech. Over the next 15 days, we'll deliver various topics ranging from precision agriculture to farming techniques to distribute our various knowledges and our ideas to revolutionize the way we produce, distribute, and consume food. So I urge each and every one of you to actively engage, collaborate this opportunity to expand our knowledge, network with the peers, and inspire to change in our respective fields. Once again, I extend my warmest welcome to you all, and I look forward to an enriching, productive journey ahead. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Now, I would like to invite our chief guest of the session, Dr. N. Prabhakar ma'am, to please enlighten us with a few words from them side. Ma'am, please.
Yeah, Piyush, thank you very much for actually enlightening about our university and for a great introduction about the university as well as about me. Thank you so much. And very good morning to all the delegates and participants in this today's international training program on Agritech, that is 2050, next generation training that is for agri, especially agri entrepreneurship and innovation horizon. And I congratulate first the Dr. DPS Badwal, who is a founder of and CEO of this Just Agriculture, and also organizers like Utkarsha, who is there and she is in contact with us, and as well as now Piyush and Dr. Moin Bharadwaj and all other members. So here, as you know that agriculture is the very important, that is significant economic component, and it is a central pillar of the Indian economy. So almost about 65 to 70% of the population, in both rural areas and as well as nowadays even from the townships also. So they are dependent on the agriculture and allied sectors for their livelihood and contribute about 20% of the GDP of the country. And as nowadays we are talking about this Amrit Kal, it is a vision for the next up to 2047 for New India, developed Bharat, and presents an era of the opportunities, innovations, and transformative growth for all components of agriculture, including horticulture. So we know that the population is going to meet almost like reaching to the 9 billion people. So to meet the food demand and in view of the expected dietary changes, already it is happening due to the COVID. And so in this context, agriculture, including horticulture, got a pivotal role in producing not only the food that requirement meet this greater population, but also for achieving the nutritional securities are very important. So here, if we'll see that till if we'll, at the present production, it has to be increased by 70% by the year 2050. Especially, so we have three areas. One is the cereal production. At present, it is about 2.1 billion tons, need to be raised up to 3 billion tons. And as well as the annual meat production. So there is a from 200 million tons until it reaches to that 470 million tons requirement is there. And coming to the horticultural production, at the present year, the 2022-23, the production is about 355.25 million tons and need to raise 777.69 million tons. So that is the requirement. If we see the growth rate, in case of the agriculture, that is there is only the growth rate of 6 times from the independence onwards, if we see, and it is about 16 times in case of the veterinary area, including the meat and poultry production and dairy, everything. And then coming to the horticulture, it is a 13 times more production that is the increase that was observed. So if we'll see that by integrating all these 3 areas, so we can achieve this target. And traditionally, the agriculture, it is a low-tech industry and with a limited dynamics. And however, if we see the last decade, the situation has been changed drastically due to economic liberalization and the fast changing and more decisive society. So hence there is a dire need to adapt to the latest developments and innovations in agriculture and allied sectors to fulfill the vision of the self-reliant India, that is Atmanirbhar Bharat. So if we'll see in case of the, as a today's topic, like agripreneurship and the innovations, these two are the important 2 key drivers of the progress in the agriculture sector and has the potential to transform this agriculture to develop the Agritech 2050. So if we're coming to the innovations, so in agriculture and allied sectors, by adapting the new technologies means such as, if we see we are nowadays talking about the climate change. So in view of we are experiencing the hot summers and very cold weathers, that is odd. So extreme temperatures and as well as shortage of the water. So melting of the ice and increasing the greenhouse gases. So all these we had to, they are alerting us to pay the attention towards the climate resilient crops. So we had to select the climate resilient crops and in the crops also the particular varieties which can be suitable to cope up with the adverse conditions. So for this one, the one of the innovative, that is the speed breeding, will play an important role to achieve this, to reduce the time for the production of the new varieties, which are important in the present situation to face this climate, that adverse conditions, as well as to improve the nutritional value. And coming to the other area is renewable use of the renewable energy resources. So this is also one of the use of the fossil fuels and non-renewable energy resources are also causing this global warming. So we had to reduce this one. So here also this is by using like a solar energy and especially, and as well as the optimum utilization of the natural resources, which will reduce the that greenhouse effect. And the second one is the precision farming, as I pointed out by the previous speaker, that is Dr. Pesh. So precision farming, so that is very, very important to proper utilize the available natural resources to conserve the soil and the natural ecosystem. So in this one, the upgraded technologies like sensor-based technologies are the fertigation, that is the optimum use of the water along with the fertilizers. So which will play important role for conservation of the natural ecosystem. And apart from that, actually, we are talking about the recent technologies like biotechnology. So where plays an important role, especially to get the produce with the minimum utilization of the pesticides or fungicides. That is the one. So in this one, like the upgraded technologies like gene editing or CRISPR technology will play important role. And also we can improve the quality of the produce by improving the which are the deficient minerals, like especially iron, zinc, and the vitamin A and C, and these are the important things. And apart from that, we are talking about the nanotechnology, blockchain technology, post-harvest management. So nanotechnology, where now you are talking about the nano fertilizers and even nanomolecules uses and control of the pest and diseases. So these are coming into the picture. And in addition to this one, the smart agriculture. So with the digital technologies, as I said, like, robotics, artificial intelligence, and cloud computing, then Internet of the Things, and the big data collection and analysis. And these are leading to the fourth stage of the revolution in agriculture sector, which is known as Agriculture 4.0. So apart from all these things, so in case of the horticulture, even in some of the other crops also, the innovative technologies like hydroponics, aeroponics, aquaponics, then vertical garden, rooftop garden, and in view of the shrinkage of the land resources, agricultural land resources, now that urban and peri-urban farming also playing so it is attention, and so we are there is a great demand in the recent years. So we had to concentrate on this one, where there is a wide scope for this agricultural entrepreneurship, especially the young graduates, agriculture and elite sector graduates. So that can be more profitable by utilizing all these technologies. And especially nowadays, we are talking about the sustainability also. So the sustainability is possible only, paying attention the minimum uses of the natural resources, then environmentally friendly technologies, and by adapting the innovative and profitable business ventures. So here, the other area is, one is the value addition, processing, and marketing. We know that, so agricultural, not only coming to the cereal-based or agriculture products, there is a little bit losses are less when compared to the horticulture crops, where the post-harvest losses that are observed about 25 to 45%. In some cases, this may extend in unusual conditions, it may go up to 90%. So here, if you are reducing this post-harvest losses, so that is a, plus to the farming community as well as, consumer. So here, in my view, always I will tell that saving or reducing the post-harvest losses is equal to the production. So whatever the inputs that are using all are saved. That is also, it is a plus point. Okay, then the next one is the secondary agriculture. So where the value addition comes, that is in excessive production to avoid the glut in the market and to make them available during the off season. So this value addition plays an important role. And the next one more thing is the branding. So if any entrepreneur is producing, so that brand is important. So once that is familiar in the market, everyone, the consumer will think of about that brand to get the produce from that particular brands only. So that is also nowadays we are seeing. So if you are see this entrepreneurial opportunities in agriculture, these are influenced by various factors like economic, social, technological, and environmental. So here, the success of any entrepreneur, agriculture entrepreneur, is depend not only just based on the startup. Once it is initiated, you had to handhold that one. That support has to be given both from the private and public sectors. So thereby we can exploit the opportunities for agriculture entrepreneurship in promoting the rural development and sustainable development. Then the other thing is, so that taking the technology from the government institutions and guide the students and agriculture graduates and other allied sector graduates with the help of different organizations. The one thing is like we know MSME and the self-help groups, then farmers produce organizations, FPOs. These will play a important role. And so there are so many challenges are there in entrepreneurship. So here the policymakers, researchers, and the practitioners, so they have to need to develop innovative strategies and policies that foster the entrepreneurship. And then one more thing is we are talking about promotion of the regenerative agriculture. So here we are again going back to our traditional agricultural practices with a minimum disturbance of the soil for effective utilization of the water and everything. If you look back into that one, so by adding more of organic carbon in the form of whatever the available materials, which will enhance the soil microbiome. So here, to enhance the productivity, we have to maintain the biodiversity. That is very, very important. For this one, healthy soil is important. So that can be achieved by improving that carbon content in the soil, and which will made the soil healthy and improve the all soil and physical properties. All these things have to be addressed with innovative methods like using biofertilizers, and that is they have to be made them available, and we had to educate the farmers about their importance, all these things. Then further, now coming to the government, it has launched several initiatives and startup such as Village Entrepreneurship Program, SVEP, Startup Village Entrepreneurship Program, and the Atma Nirbhar Bharat Abhiyan to promote the entrepreneurship and to create a support ecosystem for the startups. And as well as the national level blanks like NABARD, which will provide the financial assistance and technical support to the agricultural entrepreneurs by giving the opportunities through various schemes and programs. And we know that nowadays we are talking about the usage of the drones, which will reduce the actually labor as well as the time saving, and where our central government is more paying attention by involving especially the women, training the women, especially that was happened in Telangana state and Andhra Pradesh, Karnataka, mentoring them how to utilize. So by that, we can reduce our laborer and the investment and handling of the several field operations. So where actually we had to, as a scientists, and they have to pay attention for the production of the SOPs for each individual crop. And apart from that, so whatever actually we had to encourage the young entrepreneurs by telling about the success stories. So in this one, the documentation demonstration of the success stories is a very, very important. So in our university, we are also encouraging our students and arranging the guest lectures and motivational lectures by alumni of our horticultural university. And here, even apart from that, the retired scientists, they have to give their wide knowledge, pass on to the young generations. That is also very important. Then the other area, the last area I want to talk about is agri-tourism. So here the agri-tourism, which will generate the additional income for farmers and rural communities. How means, by showing how the ATK technologies, those are, and transforming into the new innovative technologies. And sometimes, that is using that our ancient technologies, how it is improving the quality of our produce. And as well as, for the next generations, they may not be knowing about our traditional practices. So those had to be preserved. That can be possible, like, by creating the models and conducting the demonstrations. So using like different models of the integrated farming systems and different kinds of landscaping architectures, and all these things will help to promote the agri-tourism. So with these few words, I am very happy to share that our Sri Kondalakshman Telangana State Horticultural University, we have that collaborated with the Just Agriculture. Yesterday only we have organized one meeting. So for not only for conducting this 2 days international training program in Agritech 2050, but also, in future activities for the benefit of the students, scientists, as well as the ultimate beneficiaries are farmers and consumers. Okay. Once again, congratulations to the organizers. So hope this training program serves as a great opportunity to connect with all the leading academicians, researchers, and the subject experts. My request is, other than the even academic and academicians or the institutions of the agricultural institutions, but also from the private organizations who are having the vast experience. Their knowledge also has to be utilized to share with the students and scientists, to impart that knowledge, skills, and necessary tools to thrive and evolving the horizon of the agriculture and allied sectors through this agri-tech innovation by the year 2050. So I'm sure that the deliberations and discussions held during this international training program, so which will come out without the new solutions and recommendations which enable the scientists, farmers, stakeholders, all the stakeholders and policymakers in implementing these innovative practices in agriculture for attaining the Atmanirbhar Bharat. So with these few words, I thank the organizers for giving me opportunity and inviting me as a chief guest for today's program.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for deliberating your vast experience and sharing your knowledge, and for all the respected participants, and most importantly, your concern about the farmer community. Definitely, ma'am, we are sure that we will line up all such academicians and the eminent speakers, which definitely give their vast experience and knowledge share with our participants, and also focusing for the ultimate consumers and the farmers. We have several speakers with us from the private organizations and the institutes, which are NGOs, which are working directly in contact with the farmers also. So yes, for sure, we will try to line up the best speakers with us now. Thank you so much, ma'am. So, dear participants, moving ahead with this session, the first speaker of today's session is joined with us, Dr. Subodh Gupta, sir. Dr. Subodh Gupta, sir. Yes. Good morning, sir.
Good
Uh,
morning.
Welcome to the online platform of Just Agriculture, and welcome to this training program session. So, sir, before inviting you, I would like to give a small introduction about you to our respective participants, and our Honorable Vice Chancellor, ma'am, is also joined with us. So, Dr. Subodh Kumar Gupta, sir, is the Chief Manager Marketing of Dhanuka Agri Tech Limited Group, and sir has obtained his bachelor's degree in applied life science from 2005 to 2008 from the University of Delhi, and went on to the pursuit for MBA in agriculture and food business in 2008 from MIT University, Noida. Sir has also pursued executive education program in agriculture input marketing, agriculture business management from IIM Ahmedabad in 2020. And sir has extensively worked in agriculture sector from the almost last 12 years, spanning over the sales, marketing, production management, new product development, and handling about 9 to 3 molecules, especially. Sir has started his career with the seed industry as management training in Monsanto, later as the territory sales manager for almost 7 years, which gave him an opportunity to work closely with the farmers across the India in the direct sales, new product launches at ground and market research products. In Monsanto, Sir has also won so many awards like Safety Championship, Champion Award for Excellence, and Vegetable Research Excellence Award, People's Choice Asia, New Product Champion Award, Actively Caring Award for his dedicated working into the company. Then Sir joined Dhanuka Agritech Limited, where he took the profile of product manager, later on promoted as senior marketing manager, then crop manager, and now currently Sir is serving the role of chief manager marketing in the Dhanuka Agritech Limited. Sir is based in Gurgaon, Haryana, where is the office for the Dhanuka group for the chief marketing office. And every year in Dhanuka, Sir has started an awarding their best employees, and also Sir got the opportunity to award and got awarded by the company for the Marketing Excellence Award and Best Marketing Initiatives to Drive Business from 2017 to 2020. And Sir is the only person in marketing who was honored with the prestigious Group Chairman Award in 2020 and 21. And recently, Sir has been awarded with the prestigious Leader with Strategy Vision by Agri Business Summit and Awards ABSC 2020-22, held on 27th August 22 at Hotel Park Hyatt in Hyderabad. So this was a brief introduction of our first speaker, Dr. Sri Subodh Gupta, sir. So over to you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Piyush. First of all, I will make this clear that I am not a doctor. I am into the marketing profession, but our common objective is same, that to work for the farmer and to enhance their life. So everybody is working with one mission, and I'm so much moved by the words of Dr. B. Nirja Prabhakar, Vice Chancellor, ma'am, Srikonda, Telangana State Horticulture University. She covered all aspects and all upcoming things which we should incorporate in transforming India through agriculture. So I'll be sharing some part of the challenges also, at the same time what can be done to transform India and how we can make aware our farmers so that they can have the access of the right input. So first of all, welcome everyone, and I would be talking how we can transform India through agriculture. At the same time, I'll be putting some stats of current Indian snapshots where we can see how the horticulture sector is taking a change and entire leading ahead from the food grain output, right? So agriculture is basically the primary industry in the world, and it plays important role. So everybody knows that. And if we see, I have divided this into 4 versions of agriculture, where agriculture version 1, 2, and 3, and 4. We are now in agriculture version 4, where I would see that the transformation is happening through AI, transformation is happening through drone, transformation is happening through precision agriculture. Now we can also study the leaf wetness. We can also study the microclimate of our particular field where we are currently present. So this will help our farmer, and the overall the area will be mapped, where we can see what irrigation is required and what disease can come, so that we can start the preventive measures accordingly. We can start the sprays, we can start the use of biologicals accordingly, so that we can have the war ready situation for controlling of the pest. And era 3, the high speed development, where it came, where we had very low intelligence, but the things have changed now completely, from traditional agriculture to mechanized agriculture to totally now precision agriculture. So things have started moving on. So this is just one example how the agriculture 4.0, which is getting converted, will look like, which will also save time, which will also save money, and we have less land, and we have to have maximum earnings from the field as well as the production from the field. So this is the only way where precision agriculture can play the role. So if I talk about current Indian agriculture snapshot, the geographical area 328.7 million hectares, area under cultivation for agriculture is only 157 million hectares. If we see, 150% is the ratio of annual gross cropped area to net sown area. Rainfall is 1176 mm. So we have El Nino before, now we are expecting La Nina. So this year is majorly we are expecting good rains to come, which is very, very important. Value of agriculture exports have also been taken to a new shape, $53 billion. And the food grain production, which I was talking about earlier, it was more than the horticulture production. Now see, the focus of everybody is on horticulture production. The total production of fruit, vegetable, flower, and spices is 355 million tons. So this is like last 3 years, it is moving like anything. People are expecting that the quality of produce of horticulture crop from our country is better than any other country. And why it is getting changed? Because the quality of production which our farmers are having, at the same time the quality input which they are using. So it is very important to have the quality input at the same time, to ensure that in less input they are getting the maximum quality yield. So just to extend that, around 58% of the total population is engaged in agriculture. This figure goes up to 78% in rural areas. I'll be picking some of the key points. Now the export is going strong. India is 5th largest exporter of crop protection products also. And in India is 4th largest producer of crop protection products after USA, Japan, and China. India ranks 2nd in production of paddy, wheat, sugarcane, groundnut, rapeseed, mustard, tomato, potato, cotton. So when I see I am at 2nd, what I feel that I have the opportunity to come at first. And what I'll be doing to come at first will change the entire picture, where I can have the use of precision agriculture, at the same time use of right knowledge, at the same time use of right input. Now see, if I see the productivity of some of the top producing countries at the same time for some of our crops like rice, wheat, maize, cotton, and oilseeds, you can see India in red bar, where you can see China in green. So this indicates that we have the opportunity to beat China. We have the opportunity to beat USA in corn. So major oilseeds also. So we are lagging behind. So at the same time, we are having the opportunity. So improving productivity is the only option left for India to achieve growth in agriculture. And how this growth can come? By using and adopting the technology. So adopting technology at one geography will not bring the change. The adoption of technology across India, where we are doing the agricultural practices, will be the key. So this is the current update where India summer cotton coverage rises 7.5%, exceeds normal level. You can see it is updated till May 3. Paddy, there has been a percentage change of 9.98, pulses 4.29. So this indicates that the coverage area is increasing. And if this area gets the right knowledge, the right awareness, the right input at the right time, where we manage the insect pest management, where we manage the disease, where we ensure that the nutrition is getting properly in the field, then the production will also be increased. There will be a percentage change in that also. So this is the current update where we could see the normal 2024, and it is compared to 2023. So it has been a 7.5% increase, which is a huge increase in the percentage. So while we compare India and China, India inherent rich geographical advantage, we have that. We have the various temperatures, we have various geographies. So it can become the global manufacturing hub. However, having 30% more arable land and 67% more rainfall than China, Indian agriculture GDP is about 1/3 of China. Here also I'm talking about the opportunity. So nonetheless, there is a considerable disparity between the two countries in the usage of fertilizers and pesticides. I could feel the only difference is the adoption of technology and the using that technology into their cultural practice. So if they have the technology, if they use that technology into their practice, then definitely there will be a sea change. So this is one comparative data you can see: arable land, rainfall, fertilizer consumption, total pesticide consumption. So pesticide consumption, GDP in agriculture. So this is just one comparison to put forth. So China per hectare income from agriculture, India per hectare income from agriculture, difference you can see. Total arable land in India, as I said in previous slides also you can see. So this, which I have calculated, that the total potential to increase earnings from Indian agriculture sector is 155.37 million hectares multiplied by difference between India and China per hectare income. So 1.142 trillion USD. The potential of additional earnings from Indian agriculture sector is that, which fulfills the Honorable Prime Minister vision of earning 1 trillion USD from agriculture. So this is another important thing which we should look for. Now, the major reason of low income of our farmers, at the same time, the opportunities, non-availability of cutting edge new technology. So if the technology is available, it is not reaching to the masses, right? So at the same time, there are some technologies which are not available everywhere. So non-availability of competitive open market, non-availability of infrastructure like warehouse, cold chains, and timely finance. So these are the infrastructures which are coming up. I should not say that nothing is happening in this field. So things are happening in this field. That's why you can see a big change in overall structure. Less investment on R&D is another important, crucial thing. And less than 50% area is irrigated, totally dependent on monsoon. See, Bangalore story, everybody is hearing that. The similar story is happening across Karnataka, across Maharashtra, where rain has not happened, and it has impacted the crop and the production also. So less than 50% area is irrigated. Regulatory challenges and opportunities. We have different new molecules, 9,3 molecules, which I should say. So to a 9,3 molecule to come in India, it takes so many years. So the regulatory challenges are very much. So in fall when fall armyworm came, so it was like very rapid action was taken, and within like 6 months or 7 months, some molecules were recommended. So similar action should be taken if we are bringing any new molecule. Any company submitted the research paper from the universities, the trials from the universities. So the quick action should be taken for that, so that the farmer should get the new technology, new product as soon as possible for their crop. So non-implementation of Insecticide Act 68 and Rule 71 and new Pesticide Management Bill 2020 is outdated. Non-availability of quality agri inputs. We have seen so many cases of spurious products getting bought. So this is another major problem where we are saying that farmers should purchase any agri input with a proper bill. So this is what we are saying to the farmers, recommending, suggesting to the farmers. And also we are making them aware about the brand, about the technical. So if they have to buy any suppose a powdery mildew product or suppose a downy mildew product, they should say that they want to have dimethomorph instead of saying any random brand. If they will go and they say that downy mildew has come, then dealer will give him a random molecule of any C grade category of any company. So this awareness among the farmers should be there. So I'll share that. Suppose Maharashtra farmer, when I'm traveling and I'm talking to a grape farmer, they are asking me, is your product there in the annexure 5 of NRCG, National Research Center for Grapes? So they are asking me, what is the MRL of your product? They're asking me, what is the PHI of your product? So that level of understanding, that level of knowledge, we have to have for our entire farmers across India. So these are the major reasons. So we'll be focusing on some of the reasons and we'll see how we can overcome those reasons. So as I talked about non-availability of the cutting edge technology, see, the collaboration between private sector and the government under PPP model can help overcome these challenges. I'll be sharing one recent collaboration with you, which is going to be a game changer for industry, as well as the collaboration will give fruits for government and private partnership. So if we see today internationally, new technologies with right spray technology focusing on IT, IoT, remote sensing, precision agriculture, AI, and drones are being adapted, whereas in India being used by few farmers. So I'll name some company. There is one company, Philo. They have one device which is installed in the field, and after installing that, there is one application on the phone which tells about the rains, which tells about the leaf wetness, which tells about the soil needs water or not. So overall, microclimate capturing and the guidance accordingly, that what need to be done, if soil needs water or not. So that entire thing is captured by that device and shared on a application. So like we get the message that this news has come, similarly farmer will get the notification that this has to be done. There will be rains in next 2 hours or 3 hours. So those sort of technologies should be spread and used by the farmers. So there is one interview by the global CEO of Syngenta. So he said, to become a global leader in food and production, India must significantly boost crop productivity at the level of developed countries. He also added that China has picked up to mechanization very fast, but India could not leverage the technology available at the required pace. See, that's why we all are here to disseminate the right information. And I'm very happy that Just Agriculture is talking about IT, IoT, remote sensing, precision agriculture, AI, and drones. So this is the platform which is sharing about this information, disseminating this information, and from here, leaders like you, students like you, and the industry people like you will be taking all these information to different stakeholders, right? So I'll skip this. Now, ICAR signs MOU with Dhanuka Agritech for delivery of new technology to farmers. So this is one of our major uh, pillar where we have scientific community collaboration to transform India through agriculture. So there are approx 731 KVKs. We will be collaborating with them. We will be collaborating with scientific community through universities. We have done the MOUs with approx 15 universities this financial year 23-24. We'll be adding 2 more universities in 2024-25. So these MOUs are not only just a paper where we do one signature and the knowledge transfer is happening. So on-ground implementation, knowledge sharing, and the comparative results capturing, taking the data from the user farmer field. So all these actions will help this MOU to be very, very fruitful. So this is a big breakthrough by Dhanuka, where collaboration with such a premium esteemed ICAR will help in transforming India through agriculture. Now, smart agriculture adoption is the way. Like I said previously, ma'am also stressed more on drone and the precision agriculture. So Internet of Things, artificial intelligence, geographic information system, remote sensing, image processing, data analytics solution. So a new agriculture production mode. This precision agriculture will change the future right away. So another thing is non-availability of competitive open market. So the right price of farmer produce by providing them the freedom to sell their produce wherever they want, as allowed to manufacturer producers of other commodities. Earlier, the government brought 3 new farm laws to give freedom to farmers to sell their produce anywhere, contract farming, etc. But they were withdrawn due to pressure from some small groups of activities. So if they will be able to sell the produce at any of the markets, they will have the freedom to sell their produce, then hopefully things will definitely going to change. So we need to think on these aspects also. If the farm laws are beneficial or not. This is a big debatable thing. So I'll just touched it and I'll be skipping this. So agriculture should be made free and farmers should be allowed to sell their produce. And import and export policy should be made keeping in mind the farmer interest. If government wants to support, they may support by giving direct benefit transfers. You have recently seen that export on onions have been allowed. So when that export was not allowed, there was such a stock of onion and farmers were not able to fetch the right price for their produce. So more people can get subsidies, more farmers can access financial services, fairness in the system is improved, better identification of those who need help the most. So this is a major thing, that the one who needs and the one who need the help most should be identified in a better way. So how does DBT in agriculture can work and help farmer? This is the way. So I touched where I talked about the non-availability of infrastructure like warehouse, cold chains. So currently there is a huge shortage of cold chains, cold storage and agri warehouses. This is coming up as a big opportunity for everyone. So India is the 3rd largest producer of food grains, but has the capacity to store only 47% of year's grain output. I have seen outside the FCI's many stocks of grains getting wet in rain and the quality getting hampered. So we have the produce, but we are not able to keep it in the right way and the right structure. So less investment on R&D. This is another major thing which we should do. Dhanuka has recently opened one Dhanuka Agriculture Research Center at DART as name in Palwal. So Chief Minister of Haryana inaugurated that. We want that most of the companies in agri-input sector or related to that should spend more on research and development. We are taking mostly technicals from Japan. We are taking technicals from European countries. We are taking technicals from China also. We are trying to reduce the dependency on China. At the same time, even our neighbor China has 2.14% of their GDP as investment in R&D. So this is another thing which is very, very important and crucial. So we are talking about, like, our president, our prime minister Shri Narendra Modi ji also stressed that Jai Anusandhan he added. So Amrit Kal ke liye आवश्यकता है Jai Jawan, Jai Kisan, Jai Vigyan और Jai Anusandhan. So this Jai Anusandhan is very, very important and very, very crucial. So new molecule research, like I said, that it takes so much of time to come and bring new molecule in our country. At the same time, the spending is 2,500 to 3,000 crore rupees. So Indian companies overall turnover is approx, like, you will see top 5-6 companies between 1,200 crore to 2,500 crore, and only to bring one molecule, this cost is required. This cost is needed. So this cost was considered unfeasible by European and American giants. Now, in last 2 years, you must have seen the consolidation, Dow, DuPont, so many mergers, Bayer, Monsanto, FMC, Caminova, Axel, Crop Care, Sumitomo, Syngenta, ChemChina. Why these mergers are happening? Because they are not able to bear the cost which is happening on them. So here I would like to say that we recommend government that they should allocate the budget to government institutes like NCIR, CSIR, NRCs, LICT, etc. for starting original research for new pesticides. So if Ministry of Chemicals and Fertilizers, for the growth of in the industry, if they can declare crop protection chemical as a, like they have declared champion, but at the same time, if Government of India provides production linked incentive, PLI, but it is not considered for our industry. So if they can add this PLI scheme for considered for this sector also, then also it can become the it can become the game changer for agri input industry. So less than 50% area is irrigated, like I said. So what is the benefit of that crop diversification in this case then? So there will be crop production, pest disease control, water quality, soil quality. So our country gets average 1083 mm rainfall. Cropping system diversification counteract the negative effects of a repetitive cropping system while increasing farm profitability. So it's important to have the crop diversification in this case, and there should be the connection and the linkages of the projects, which some of the projects are getting completed, right? And farmers should have the ponds in their fields. Mostly where there is water scarcity, farmers have created the pond and they are using the drip irrigation after that. They are using that as source as a drip irrigation. So if we are having less water, then we have to think in that direction also. Flooding will not be helpful in that case because it takes so much of water and water gets wasted. So this is a top 10 net irrigated states. So these irrigated states also get impacted last year when they didn't saw the rain as expected. So recently I read a news that after 150 days, there has been rain in one of the pockets of Bangalore. I never imagined Bangalore without rain for a week also. So this is the changing thing. The climate is changing. So this is another important thing. So regulatory challenges, I said. See, government has made Insecticide Act 1968 and Rule 71 Act for registering pesticide, issue of manufacturing license, selling license, and sampling for quality control. But unfortunately, they are not implemented in letter and true spirit, which are explained as below. So I'll not be reading this, but see that there are 9667 companies which are having the registration certificates, right? But when CIBRC issued one KYC form to ask them to upload their information, then only 2472 number of companies have filled the form. So what about the 7195 companies, what they are doing? Why action has not been taken against these companies? So there might be chances that these companies are doing the wrong thing, and they're not they are involved in something which is not good for our farmer, and they might be involved in spurious products also. So 25% of the total pesticides in the market are spurious, major risk to health and environmental biosafety, spoil credibility and brand reputation of genuine agrochemical companies, laced with 10 to 12 chemical pesticide, and sometimes the banned ones as well, right? So another thing which, while we are traveling on field, on ground, or at the trade level, this is important that we should have our eye very, very watchful about this, that the right chemical, right technical is going in field or not. In 2020, one of the southern state government got 250 biostimulants and biopesticide sample tested, and all of those were lagged with chemical pesticide, which are the major cause of resistance in pests like black thrips, fall armyworm, and many more. 18% GST is also a concern regarding proliferation of illicit products, as most of the farmers don't ask for bill against their purchase. So these are some of the images where illicit trade of pesticides have been captured, but the punishment is not that strong, which has to be made strong because they are playing with the life of our farmers. So see, another example I'll show you. When the sampling is done at the trade level, retail level, at the counter, we have observed that category A, category B, category C are there, the company categories. So large number of sampling is done from only 30 companies categorized as A, and C grade companies 952 samples, and B grade 2133. So maximum sample analyzed from A grade company. Means it's like we are asking more and more questions from a student who is coming at the top. We are not developing the student which is coming at 10th position or coming at 20th position in the class. So C grade and B grade have the leverage and have the importance over A. So sampling criteria should be reviewed. Companies which are in doubt should be sampled more frequently. So these are some of the category A companies. These are category B companies. Similarly, again, category B companies. So what we are recommending that under Manrega, government is spending thousands of crore rupees. By now, government has spent few lakh crore of rupees. And if this money would have been utilized on renovating existing ponds, digging new ponds and promoting water harvesting, then today our 100% area would have been irrigated like Israel. And we can also become one of the largest exporter and food hub of the world. So water is very, very important. Water is very, very crucial to save, because we don't want our farmer to have less water when they are working in field on ground. So digging new ponds is very, very important. Renovating existing ponds is very, very important. So government should give education to farmers about the precision farming, about the use of IT devices, smart irrigation system. So this is another step to save water and to have the right moisture in field, right temperature on ground. So this will again help in getting the best quality produced from the crop. So since 2005, we have been actively involved in educating all stakeholders with slogans "Khet ka pani khet mein" and "Gaon ka pani gaon mein" to save water in the country. Every year on 22nd March, we Dhanuka organize World Water Day, and event in Delhi also we do to educate all stakeholders to have the importance of water. To further add this cause, we have taken numerous steps: restoration of water bodies. We have created check dams and ponds, Rajasthan also, and Amitabh Bachchan ji also as a brand ambassador for this campaign for 5 years. Recently, a waiting hall is being constructed for patients in AIIMS, Delhi, with more cost of 5 crore. So, point here is, खेत का पानी खेत में, गांव का पानी गांव में. It's very important to save water. So, all stakeholders, those who have joined in this call, I would request to spread this message of saving water at your level with your way of while you are working in different various industries. So as per your industry, you can recommend that. So registration process should be made easy. After COVID, many MNCs are planning to move their base from China to other Asian countries, and India can be the best option for them. People are investing. So manufacturing license should be issued only to companies, those who have proper infrastructure. License should not be given like that. So it should be with all regulatory things should be there. So crop protection, use of quality pesticides is the way forward. Fasten the process of registration, data protection, crop diversification. 3M, maize, mustard, and moong. Incentive domestic R&D, 200% reduction on R&D investment by private sector. Action against non-quality products manufacturers. If we take one strong action, then hopefully the other person who will be thinking to do something mischief, he would not do that because of the action taken against the first person. So that action should be very, very strong. Technology intervention, awareness and promotion, public-private-ship model, GST reduction from 18% to 5%. Per drop, more crop, plant trees and reduce CO2, water conservation, seed treatment as per FIR method, purchase all agri inputs against bill, ease of doing business, use of fertilizers apart from urea and DAP, and government should really look the subsidy policies. Prosperity through cooperation, appropriate synergy between bottom-up initiatives, competitive markets. Role of collective organizations, FPOs are coming very, very strong. Robust institutional framework and implementation plan, monitor availability of quality agri inputs. So like you can see, Jai Jawan, Jai Kisan, Jai Jawan, Jai Kisan, Jai Vigyan. Now Jai Anusandhan. So बढ़ती सोच, बढ़ता देश. But by saying this, it will not happen. We need to invest in research and development to have the maximum benefits of our farmers. So this year will be the year for transforming India through agriculture. Being from Dhanuka Agritech Limited, I am promising that. And how we are going to do that? We are bringing one biofertilizer which is having 100% endomycorrhiza. There is no other mycorrhiza available in market which is having 100% endomycorrhiza. As well as a revolutionary insecticide we have brought. Its name is Lanevo. This insecticide is giving control on chewing pest and the sucking pest at the same time. It is having label claim on tomato, it is having label claim on chili, and it is having label claim on brinjal. And in 2 months, we will get label claim on coal crops also. So this is another revolutionary product which is going to transform the practice of chili farmers in South. If I talk about Guntur, Bellary, and other major chili growing areas of South, Madhya Pradesh chili, Nimad belt, and Maharashtra, Uttar Pradesh, also tomato, brinjal. So this Japanese technology, this Japanese product is going to transform, and you will be hearing more about this product going forward on social media, the success story of farmers at the launches and in the news also. So biofertilizer also, which we have launched, Mycore Super, is having 100% mycorrhiza with power boosters. So this will help the soil to breathe. Also, at the same time, the root structure of any plant, if it is very, very strong, then it is going to help plant to have the maximum nutrients uptake, which will help in the growth of the plant. So we say that jab jadon mein hogi jaan to badhegi upaj, badhega maan. That sort of technology we are going to bring to our farmers, so that at the stress level also, because we are hearing that summers will be there and like heat will be more, temperature will be more. So we should have such products which will help have stress tolerance. So it will help plant to have the stress tolerance, because it will help the root to absorb water. It will help the root to uptake the nutrients. So plant will be strong and growth will be more. So these are the perspectives which I wanted to put here with everyone. So thanks all for hearing me, listening me. Thank you so much, Nirja ma'am, also to be here while I was presenting. And thank you, team Just Agriculture. That is all from my side. If anybody is having any questions, I'm ready to answer.
Just I want to speak 1 minute.
Yes, ma'am.
Very nice presentation by Subodh Gupta, really. And one thing, the important is whatever the technologies that are developed, it has to be transferred to the farmers. That extension wing has to be strong. Of course, now ICR is looking after that one by increasing the KVKs, what are the technologies that are developed, transferring to the farmers for the benefit of them. The other thing you have rightly pointed out, reducing the GST 18 to 5%, it is very fetching, and it will facilitate the farmers to they will purchase by getting the receipt. So that is also one thing. And the last one, that is the Lenovo, that is Japanese technology. Have you tested, and it was already in paid up trials about that product?
Yes, ma'am. It has been tested across the geographies where chili is grown. So it is giving control on the swing pest also, like Helicoverpa armigera, at all stages. So it is giving control on all stages of that pest. At the same time, for sucking pest also, it is giving excellent control. So we have compared it with the other molecules, group 30 molecules. So excellent control over the competition, and the duration of control is also higher as compared to the competition molecules present. So farmers are excited. So excellent.
This is endomycorrhiza biofertilizer.
This is Mycore Super, ma'am. This product is also coming. So as per the FCO, all the parameters have been tested, and it is registered also. And we have one product, Mycore, which was having 90% endomycorrhiza. But this time we have introduced a product which is having 100% endomycorrhiza. So we have tested in potato crop also. We have in all vegetable horticulture crops we have tested it, and the results are comparatively much better. Much better means that the disease impact is also come, the insect pest impact is also come, because the roots are strong and the stress tolerance level also of the plant is much better as compared. So we have already launched recently in Tirupati, we have launched Bangalore, we have launched. So it will be available to the farmers in this Kharif season. So already we have started placing it.
Okay, my congratulations to you and to your company.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Yeah.
Thank you so much, sir, Subodh sir, for enlightening all the respected participants about their requirement and the vast knowledge you have shared. So, if any other participants is having any other query, they can kindly unmute yourself and can ask to our sir.
Harshil, you have raised hand if you want to ask me
I
something.
am unmuted you.
No, yes, sir. Good morning, sir. Harshil Bonkia from IRS ISRO.
Sorry.
Sir, Harshil Bonkia from ISRO. Sir, I have just one question. Sir, I am working on a crop monitoring by satellite in the precision agriculture technologies. But whenever we like to apply in your organization or somewhere in a agri-tech domain, the HR department sideline us in the sales department. But we like to work in the agri-tech department. So how we can approach, sir?
You're talking about the working in this sector?
Yes, sir. Currently, I'm working on a crop monitoring by satellites at Dehradun, ISRO.
Okay, Harshil, you can connect me on LinkedIn and you can share me like through Just Agriculture. You can be already connected with them. So you can get my details from them and then we can connect separately for this.
If any other participant is having any query or questions, you can directly write it in chat box or can unmute yourself.
Hi, good morning to all. And congratulations, sir. It was wonderful presentation and very detailed and well put forth. So I don't have question, but I just thought of putting this point for a discussion. Maybe in further talks it can be taken up. Like what I see, according to my observation, I see that farmers are able to have a good production. However, the challenge is when they want to take this yield to the market. So there they lose lot of what you call market price and value. In this process, what you call the middleman comes in picture and they get the major benefits. And here what we need to educate the farmers on how they can increase their profit from farm to market. And this could be in the way of like processing them in a form and that can be marketed by themselves or through any other industry partnering with them. So this is what I was thinking, that major challenge is like, they do produce a good quantity and the yield is there, but they lose when it comes to like, pitching their products into the market.
Very well said, Doctor. Amazing point, because see, if the production is more and more, and if they don't have the market, then there is no point. They just throw the tomato on ground, on road. So this is another major concern. So what can be done for this is, if they have the unit which can convert those tomato into tomato puree or tomato sauce, so that can be another big opportunity. I saw one case of citrus is there in Punjab. Abohar is major village, major district where citrus is grown. So similarly, they have the production, but they were not able to get that citrus sold in the market. So while I was traveling, they said that, sir, अगर हमारे यहाँ पे कोई unit होता जहाँ पे हम we can have the juice from that citrus, then it would be like much better for us. We can have the other option. If the produce price is not right, we can get that converted into any other secondary thing. This is another major concern where companies are doing marketing linkages also. So that marketing linkages at the same time is very, very important. Amazing point, Dr. Nagdani.
Yes, thank you, sir. Sir, one of student scholar is asking that is any other platform you can share with us where Dhanuka Group is organizing any farmer awareness program or training for the farmer community mainly. They are working as some young professional and they want to connect with the farmers group also.
We are conducting regularly farmer interaction programs. Every day it is happening. So where they want to connect or where they want to have their presence or they want to be part of that, that can be done. That is not a problem. So I would request if everybody can connect me on LinkedIn also. So there you can see some of the regular updates. Also, you can ask me what you want to ask me over there also. So here, if you are not able to ask me anything, you can ask me there also.
Sure, sir. Thank you, sir. If any other participants are having any other queries, can directly connect with sir in LinkedIn also. But if you want to interact with sir, sir is still available with us, so you can ask. Rest, we will share the email and the LinkedIn profile of sir into the participant groups. There you can connect with sir.
Yeah, Apika has asked me, sir, may I know whether the endomycorrhiza tested in chili growing areas of Tamil Nadu like Ramnan? So it has been tested across India in all major chili growing areas, tomato growing areas, and in plantation crops also, and in potato crop also. So it is being tested. So if you want, if you are from a farmer community or if you want your farmers to have that experience, we will be happy to support with the trials. I will not say that they should buy. I want that they should have the experience. They should see the results. So we are happy to conduct trials so that we can show them the best of the results.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much, sir, for connecting with us on this online platform. And definitely, as our chief guest of the inaugural session, Honorable Vice Chancellor Ma'am told us to organize more relevant to the farmer community. So in the upcoming time, we will definitely organize some farmer awareness training program also in the offline mode, especially. So we will try to contact you also, sir. So thank you once again for joining us on this online platform. So participants, moving ahead with the another session, our next speaker, Dr. Anil Dixit sir, has already joined with us. And now I would like to hand over to Ms. Preeti. Over to you, Ms. Preeti.
Thank you, sir. Sir, am I audible?
Yes, you are audible and visible. Please go ahead.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. So, thank you so much, sir. Good morning to one and all. As Badwal sir already mentioned in the beginning of the program, that in order to guide early career researchers, Team Just Agriculture has organized this program, which is a series of lectures from national and international speakers. So our motto to organize this Agritech 2050 is to help these researchers in improving their knowledge and to develop participants with the knowledge, skills, and tools that are necessary to thrive in the evolving landscape of agriculture through Agritech innovations. So now it's a time to explore our next subject matter. Let us keep this momentum going on as we move to our next lecture. We have with us a wonderful personality, Dr. Anil Dixit, Joint Director, Crop Health Research, ICR, NIBSM, Raipur. Sir, we welcome you here to this platform.
Thank you.
Before you begin your talk, let me please introduce you to our participants. So, Dr. Anil obtained his BSc in 1987 with the first rank gold medal from IGKV Raipur and MSc PhD degrees from the prestigious Indian Agricultural Research Institute, New Delhi. Sir has also got PG Diploma in Education Technology Management. Dr. Dixit has served as a scientist senior scientist, principal scientist at ICAR Weed Science Jabalpur, and then moved to ICAR National Institute for Biotic Stress Management Raipur in the capacity of principal scientist. He acted as joint director for now 3 years. He has recently joined as crop director research managerial position at ICAR NIBSM Raipur. Dr. Dixit has made outstanding significant weed science, particularly in managing weed through integrated weed management and herbicide technologies in the cropping systems, and developed 20 weed management recommendations for the major crops of the country. He has brought a national monograph in the shape of Weed Atlas in the 2 volumes for the entire nation. Sir has contributed a lot to the linking scientists with farmers and contributed toward the transfer of agricultural technologies to the end users. Dixit sir has published more than 300 publications in the form of research papers, articles, book, bulletins, and chapters in the technical journals, extension folders, manuals, and presented papers in the symposia and various seminars and presentations. He was also conferred with the Best Scientist Award in the year 2005, CWSS Fellow in the year 2011, ISA Fellow Award in the year 2012, ISWS Fellow Award in the year 2013, Bharat Shiksha Ratna Award in the year 2018, Nobel Scientist of the year 2018, and David Foundation Outstanding Agricultural Scientist Award in the year 2020. Also, he has been conferred with the Global Eminent Scientist Award 2022. Dixit sir has a recipient of most prestigious early and ICAR National Award for outstanding work in the tribal farming research in the Chhattisgarh. So, Dixit sir has been also recognized as a member of expert in the Pesticide Review Committee of Central Insecticide Board, Institute Management Committee of various ICAR institutes, Member Secretary of RAC and QRT of ICAR, Member Research Advisory Board of ICAR NICPM, Nodal Officer of Krishi Kalyan Abhiyan by Government of India, Member Board of Studies of ICAR NIBSM Raipur and IARI New Delhi. Vice President of the Indian Society of Weed Science as well. He was the convener for International Agronomy Conference 3 times, a member of editorial board, member of National Steering Committee of several national and international level. He has made overseas visits to Thailand and Philippines for his academic excellence. Sir, Team Just Agriculture welcomes you to our digital platform. We are honored to have you join us today, and we are eagerly anticipating your insightful talk. Therefore, may I please request sir to join us on the platform and address us. Please, sir.
Thank you. Thank you very much for telling me about so exhaustively to the participants. First of all, I would like to thanks to the organizers of Just Agriculture and welcome all the participants. This is in fact my second exposure of this platform. Last year also we had a good interaction with the participants in such kind of program, and in fact Just Agriculture is doing a wonderful job after COVID pandemic. We have created this virtual platform and using it for a positive kind of invention which we have created all around the globally. So I would be dealing to the participants about the recent advances in weed management, because my subject is the weed science. My slides is visible?
Yes, sir, it's visible, sir.
So as Preeti ma'am told to you about that, how we have developed about the weed management program, because that Jabalpur was my first posting when I joined ARS service in 1991. And in fact, I have completed more than 31 years of service in ICAR system. And I have a rich experience dealing with the policymakers and with the industry. And because I was involved for the herbicide screening and development of new molecules program also at Weed Science Jabalpur, where the lot of new molecules were tested in different locations. And we conducted many training program also with the farmers. And doing for the farming services to the best of their knowledge and skill is the best service to the nation actually. And that's why recently I have been honored with the Krishak Seva Ratna Award also. So whenever the such platform is there where I can interact with the participants, whether researchers or farmers, the skill development program is such a program that no one can deny that at the age of maybe 60 or 65 also, you need to develop your skill. So knowledge you can take at any time, at any place. That will give you the lot of exposure and the personality development. So with this note, let me deal with the what are the advances is being made in terms of weed management program. And as you know that wheat is the plant which is grown out of the place, and no one would like to have a weeds in their field. Whereas the other things are there where we can have a, with the use of different weeds in terms of weed utilization or in terms of some Ayurvedic medicinal values are also there. And I think if you have seen the any prescription made by the Ayurvedic or the homeopathy manufacturer, so most of the wheat plant is also the constituent in the medicinal development point of view. If you look at the Indian agriculture, the production currently is the 330 million ton, and we have to focus, if we are talking about the Viksit Bharat 2047, then the production has to be touched around 520 million ton. Likewise, if you look at the food production, vegetable production, Nutricore cereal, so all we have to have in terms of 2047, if the target, then we have to do lot of in terms of agriculture sciences, including your agriculture, veterinary, horticulture, all means you cannot leave the one part as it is, and you think of that we have to develop only one area of agriculture. And the important point is that we have to think of farm mechanization, because lot of the farm operations and the agriculture operation is dependent on the labor. And labor availability, as you have seen now, it's decreasing day by day. It's labor availability, if you are, I'm talking about the Chhattisgarh region, here it's very difficult. Those days have gone where the laborers were cheap and people were used to talk about that Chhattisgarh, Bihar and the eastern part of the country is labor availability is there. Now that stigma is also being removed, and now it's very difficult to have a labor availability. Likewise, if you talk about the water use efficiency or nitrogen use efficiency, though we have developed the urea 16 in terms of your nano urea, and government of India is giving the this thing. So that is again is the issue which we farmers has to be taken into consideration, and the losses of the nitrogen when we were using the urea were more, and now with the use of nano urea and the other coated urea, the losses is being reduced and the nitrogen use efficiency is being increased a little, but we have to increase to 50% again. Again, if you talk about the sustainability issue, then there are three major categories when we talk about the agricultural issues, ecological issues, and the climate issue, which is now the most prominent and prevalent if you see the globally.
In agriculture issue, the declining soil health, the crop residue management, because the burning issue is there in the northern belt of country. And always when we harvest the wheat, they always talk about the burning issue. Though we have a good breakthrough in terms of farm mechanizations, we have a certain farm equipments, farm machines, which very well being used in the field condition. And those residue can be managed in a better way. Again, the labor shortage, which I told you that it's there, and the multiple nutrient deficiencies also being there in terms of agriculture issues. Many part which is deficient in zinc, iron, and many this sulfur is also there. So like that, you have to look into that, see that how best we can have a nutrient deficiency program to be taken care in terms of talking about we have a soil testing and this thing, other thing. Then the crop response is being declining. That is also another issue whenever we are adding inputs or any other this thing. So that is also declining. And we have a high energy requirement, and the lower income is again the issue. Though we talk about the farmers doubling income and this thing. So, but again, we have to see that how best the farmers' income can be increased, whatever the inputs are being employed into the field condition, and after harvesting, he should get the price with the better platform, whether it's ENAM or the other things. Then talking about the ecological issues, the other underground water table issue is there, then groundwater pollution. Then we have a diverse wheat flora. And if you look at the different cropping system program, then if we are talking about the conservation agriculture, then definitely the problem of problematic weeds are there in terms of conservation agriculture. Then we have a major biotic stresses in terms of insect and disease and pest. So that outbreak, you might have seen that again the locust sometime is coming, sometime that fall army worm is coming. So like that the then blast is coming. So like that there are certain pest and disease which are occurring outburst all of a sudden, depending upon the climatic and the soil parameters. Then if we're talking about the climatic issues, then environmental pollution, global warming, these are the major issues, and we are struggling hard because of these climatic issues. And we are witnessing also, the Arab countries never had such kind of heavy rainfall, and nowadays we are seeing that Dubai and the other Arab countries, they are flooded with this heavy rainfall. So likewise, you can think of how the climate is being shifted to month or 2 months advancing. Likewise, the other issues are also creeping up, and under that condition, if you are you have to have managed the biotic stresses, particularly weeds. It's a really challenging task. If you talk about the global population, now it's expected to reach around 10 billion by 2050, and to feed the population, it has to be increased by 70 to 100%. And the global grain production is around 2.3 billion metric ton, which is, I mean, if you are assuming a loss around 10%, then we total grain loss is around 230 million metric ton. So again, if we want to reduce by half, so certainly grain production would increase around the more than 115 million metric ton. So basically the weeds affect the different ecological process and the agroecosystem, and the competition for the crop is for the nutrients, water, and light. These are the major natural resources which are being targeted by the presence of weeds to the crop. And the allelopathy, I think you might have heard the word, and this use of root exudates and the foliar leeches toxic to the crop is again the issues. And the alternate host for pest for many insect and mites pathogen, This is also again the major issues. And Parthenium and lantana is such a weed which are affecting to the human and animal health. And Parthenium, we have seen, if you see the picture, this is Parthenium allergy. And in medical science also, if somebody is having a sensitivity with the Parthenium allergy, then the treatment is very difficult. And we are losing the biodiversity by the presence of such invasive weeds like Parthenium, lantana, and Mecania in many of the parts of the country. So now coming to the losses due to weeds and insect, and the maximum losses due to weeds, around one third loss is by the presence of weeds is there for the crop. And we have seen that economic losses for the rice, especially in the rainy season, Kharif season, is the maximum, around 28,000 crores of rupees. If you compare with other wheat, that is 21,000, then groundnut, it's around 1,800. Likewise, there are certain losses is there in terms of monetary terms. Overall, the losses for the different, if you see, maybe for the invasive plant species. So it is coming to around 22% of the natural habitats across the 20 Indian states. And these have potential to reach around 66% of the green area in the country. And Lantana camera is the most invasive species, which is covering around 50% of the natural habitats, especially in the Himalayan region. If you see that Lantana camera is creating the havoc. And if you calculate the one-time management of this invasive species in the Indian forest, which need around $13.5 billion. So this much huge economic investment is required for managing the particular species in the Indian forest. Coming to the aquatic system also, it's also creating a havoc. If you have seen the Dal Lake in the Srinagar, now it is beautifully being managed by the use of different chaining, and different machines are being deployed there. And with the use of other enemy biological agents, these are also success stories are there. If you talk about the water hyacinth, the Nucleatina crassipes is there. Likewise, we have to control this aquatic system also, because it have a 2.5 to 13 times higher evaporation rate that of a free surface water, and it reduce the flow of canal water also to the maximum of 90%. Then again, weed host for the insect pests and pathogens. So Bracharia racemosa is there for host of rice millipede, and Parthenium is the host for papaya millipede. So these are the two important examples how the weeds as a host for the different insect pest pathogens. Major issues, if you talk about, then definitely the farm labor and the high labor cost is there. If you talk about the weeding in the weed management program, then lack of efficient machinery and mechanical weeding tool, this is also one of the issues, and low adoption of integrated weed management practices, and increasing problem of herbicide resistance in weeds. Many of the molecules which are coming into the market, it's creating a problem of herbicide resistance. So whenever the molecule is being introduced in the market, it is there for 2 to 3 years. But after 3 years, we have noticed, and many of the participants also may be aware of, that how the resistance problem is creeping up, and how the molecules is being replaced by some other molecules. It's not sustaining into the market. So that is also again an issue. Then management of this 3 eco-production system, like conservation agriculture, and organic and natural farming, because we are discussing a lot dealing with these issues. and the managing weeds is very difficult in terms of organic and natural farming. And then management of alien invasive weeds, if we talk about the Mecania and the Mimosa and the Parthenium or the other weeds, it's again issues. Then management of parasitic weeds like Orabanki or Cascuta. So these are also again a problem in different regions and different crops. So that management is also needs a proper attention and proper SOP to deal with that. And of course, that climate change, we have already seen that how it's important, and with the changing, I will show you in some of the slides how the climate change is affecting the herbicide efficacy also. If we are applying the particular herbicides, how that herbicide was meant for particular control of weeds, but nowadays it's not getting controlled. So these are the different farm challenges. If you see that percentage of prime working age group, we have taken around 20 to 59 years of the agricultural employment. And this states that have relied on the agriculture and device growth may face stagnation of the using of different your farm force. So this much is there. Again, the mimic of different weeds with the crop, that is also coming into the problem, and using different implements or herbicides is again creating a problem for use of different this one. Again, the research, if we are talking about, so basically we are focusing for the integrated weed management program, and most of the global research, if we have seen from the literature, and if we have seen, it's mostly related to the herbicide oriented, and the present IWM technology also mostly herbicide centric. So we have to develop certain module and the model that how best we may have an integrated weed management program, particularly for using different kind of system approach. Then the crop diversification, again, it's an important key, how best we may have a changing crop rotation, cropping pattern. Then we have to develop the certain crop modeling. Then only we may have a weed management program in a very better way. The recently IIT Kanpur, they have developed this robotic kind of tool for managing the weeds. It was there just last 15 days. I read in the newspaper. So that technology is also coming into the market, and very soon we may have a robots into the field to control the weeds. And certainly such kind of technology is requirement of the today's scenario. Then only we may have a sound weed management program, if you look at that problem and the issues of the different weed management. If you talk about the pesticide consumption globally, the pesticide consumption is more towards the herbicides, and if you see that herbicide consumption globally, it's 49%, whereas in India only 16%. So still we are using a less herbicides as compared to the global level, and we are more dependent on the insecticide use. It is around 51% if market share is there, whereas in the globally it is around 21%. So there means globally, leave India, the other countries, they are more focusing on the herbicide use, because the herbicide is being used with the green chemistry. And still, I would say that if you talk about the LD50 or the other issues, so certainly the toxicity level of herbicide is far, far below than the other agrochemicals. If you look at the herbicide use in different country, and here we have taken a more than 10,000 tons in major country, and India is at the bottom around 9,749 tons of herbicide use. Whereas in USA, it's the highest, 25,000, 2,55,000. So this much is there, gap is there. If you talk about the different countries, you see the Japan and the other Argentina, Brazil, they are more towards the herbicide use. And the worldwide use, FAO statistics says around the 1.21 metric ton. So this much gap is there where we stand as compared to the other countries. Talking about the herbicide resistance issue, so again, 530 unique cases are there for herbicide resistant weeds globally, with 272 species of 155 dicots and 117 for monocots. And again, the weeds have evolved the resistance to 21 to 31 known herbicide sites of action and 168 different herbicides. So basically, herbicide-resistant weeds have been reported in 100 crops in 72 countries. And mostly the ALS inhibitors, the 126 resistant species are the most prone to resistance. So this group is very much sensitive, ALS inhibitors, followed by the ACCS inhibitors, that is of 42 species. So these are some example of herbicide resistance. In wheat crop, we have seen that Feldis manner was resistance to isoprotol, chlordinophos, pinoxidin, sulfosulfuron. Then again, the metsulfuron, sulforosulfuron, and the carfentrazone in 2014 being reported resistant to Rumex dentatus. That was also again an important weed in wheat crop. And polypogon and the monopolysilensis also reported against to sulfosulfuron and metsulfuron, idosulfuron. This is mesosulfuron, idosulfuron. This is again a combination product of Bayer Atlantis. So such kind of examples are there, and we have seen the resistance issue more in wheat crop. And that's why the Punjab Haryana belt is the major sufferer in terms of controlling the Feldis minor, and again the polypogon and Avena also, that's wild root. So something very this thing. And again for rice crop, Cyprus deformis and Echinoclova crasgeli for bisbyribate sodium, because bisbyribate sodium is the major player for controlling the weeds in rice crop, and major share is there in the market also. And for soybean, Comilina communis, that is also again a very important broadleaf weeds. And most of the farmers, they are suffering with this kind of weed. And imazethapyr was the recommendation. It has a label claim. But again, the some of the belts have reported that resistance issue is there with the imazethapyr also. And the other is the issues, if you talk about the herbicide residue in food, soil, water, and then weed shift with the use of herbicide, wherever we are using a mono herbicides like some single molecule herbicide, if we are using for controlling particularly grassy weeds, then after 2 or 3 years, we may have a problem of broadleaf weeds. Likewise, if we are using a ready-mix combination controlling grassy and broadleaf weeds, then again the problem of some perennial or sedges are also being reported. Then impacts of soil health and the non-target organism, that is also being reported, that some of the herbicides are being affecting the non-target organism also. Suppose if we are using a controlling aquatic weeds in the pond, then the problem of fish mortality is also being reported in some cases, not in all the cases. And again, there was an issue of herbicide restriction and ban as on June 2023, around total 333 pesticides and 859 formulations are registered in India. And mostly the 102 sole herbicide formulation and 55 combinations are being there. And the government of India had published a draft notification for prohibition of 27 pesticides, including seven herbicides. And among the 7 herbicides, the pendimethalin, which is largely being used in most of the pulses and oilseed crop. In fact, in some cases, it is being used in vegetable crop also, where no molecules are there, when no post-emergence molecules are there. And 2,4-D oxyfluorophane, atrazine, butachlordiuron, sulfosulfuron. So these herbicides being under prohibition, but as per issue September 2022, the glyphosate can be used only in tea gardens and non-crop areas through pest control operators. So this was again the major issues, and but again government has given some relaxation about the use of glyphosates, and this is also under debatable issue in the ministry. And no new molecules, mode of actions have been introduced in 1918. So that is also there. Then weed management issues in different system. If we talk about the conservation agriculture and the other this thing. So management of existing weed flora, that is also again an issue. Then long-term impact of conservation agriculture on the weed flora shift and soil seed bank, soil health, soil biodata, and pest dynamics. That is also being reported, and it is being under consideration of the many of the experimentations in the country. And some examples are there in conservation agriculture, especially in the conventional tillage. The alternate anthracis problem is there, but in conservation agriculture plot, we have seen the problem of Cyanodon dactylon. Again, if you talk about the different pest dynamics, and we are already being conducted some of the experimentation with the help of long-term experimentation is being carried out in the other issue. So, so that we have seen that how best we may have a control of these weeds, and again the pest dynamic scenario. Suppose army worm is coming and the mealybug problem is there. So that is also reported in conservation agriculture scenario. Then if you talk about the management of different weeds, if you talk about the biocontrol agents, then we have a certain limitations, and the success story of different bioagents are being reported very few. And we have seen the success story of Zygograma bicolorata for Parthenium, that is a Mexican beetle. And but if you look at the infestation of Parthenium at the country level, so you need to have a huge population of the beetles. Then only we may get the good control of Parthenium through beetles. Likewise, when I was talking about the how best we may control the water hyacinth in the aquatic system, the Nicotiana species is out there, that is a weevil, and the Cryptobogus salvini or salvinia. So that is reported that, yeah, it feeds on the water hyacinth, and the Cryptobogus is also feeding on the salvinium. But again, the slow control, limited success, and multiplication is very costly. So these are the issues. And coming to the problematic weeds, Cuscuta, Orobenchis, Striga, Lorenthus, these are 4 important problematic weeds where we may have issues that is difficult to control because of their physical and biochemical nature. And the production seed rate is seed production is too high, 1 to 5 lakhs, and longer seed dormancy is there, more than 20 years, and limited herbicide options is there for controlling the Cuscuta or Orobenchis striga. So these are the issues. And we talk about the weed management under the climate change. So certain OTC and the phase facility is being created at Jabalpur, and it has been reported that the growth under the elevated carbon dioxide, the CO2 response for the C3, C4 photosynthetic plant growth is high, and the growth of Parthenium would be more if we are having a 600 ppm as compared to the 400 ppm. Likewise, the seed dormancy and the longevity is also being affected. And here the if you see that elevated CO2, that is 550 ppm, the 66% is the germination. So the issues is being addressed, and we need to have a proper data again to control, to have a proper database management in terms of climate change issues. Likewise, the maturity also being affected of different weeds. So that is there. And if you talk about the herbicide response, the bisbaribak sodium is being controlled for the Dinebra, Echinoclova, and Alternanthera sessilis. But in the climatic condition, the Dinebra is now getting no effect. The delayed response is there for Echinoclova corona, whereas the Echinoclova corona is the major weeds for controlling through bisbaribak. And again, for Tambotrion plus atrazine and topramazone plus atrazine, which is very well controlling the Dinebra retroflexa, but it is also getting a delayed response. And for Felis minor also, for Alternanthera sessilis also. So these are some of the examples we are noticing it whenever the elevated carbon dioxide condition is there and the different. Now coming to the new vistas in the weed management program, then real integrated weed management is the major focus. So based on the integration of multiple tactics approach and the technological advancement for weed biology and ecology is the requirement. And ecological approaches like crop diversification, weed competitive cultivars, crop geometry, and the harvest weed seed control, that is also issue where we have to harvest the weed seed. Whenever we are harvesting the crop plant, then we have to give the focus for harvesting the weed seed also. As such, we should not leave the harvested weed seed in the field, because 1 year seeding requires the 7-year weeding. So that much is the difficult when we are leaving the weed seed in the field condition. Again, the automated weed control, robotics, image processing, remote sensing, these all are the new initiatives, and already the people are working with the help of different agencies like IIIT and the other remote sensing people, and very soon we may get such kind of advancement with the automatic system. Then development of herbicide-resistant crop varieties, management of herbicide-resistant weeds, and new mode of action of herbicide development. Then weed management under natural and organic farming, we have to have a certain program that how best we may control those weeds under the natural and organic farming, because we are going for natural and organic farming in a big way. But again, starting a new things in a big way, it's talking is different thing, but practically it has to be implemented in the field condition and translated into the field in such a way that we have to feed the nation of 140 crore people, and how best we may have a certain program that all the biotic and abiotic stresses may be addressed. Then again, the nano herbicide genomic advance, we are developing, we are working on the genome editing program in a very big way, and the country is also focusing on such kind of program. Then weed crop interaction and herbicide efficacy under changing climate, utilization, weed risk assessment, that is also the area where we are working on that. And big data analysis, data mining, information technology, and public-private partnership, BBB, that is very important aspects. How best we may develop the linkages with that this thing. And I just last point listen with Dhanuka people, and they are doing a good job in terms of training program with the farming community. when I was at Jabalpur, and there Dr. O.P. Singh was there in the Dhanuka group, and we used to have such kind of program in a very big way in the farmers' field, because the whatever the technologies are there, it has to be translated in the field. Then only it is your full proof and sound system. Then otherwise, it's of no use simply writing a paper and it remains in the journals, and because we scientists are reading the papers and this thing, but the farming community and those who are involved in the agriculture business, they need a actual technology which has to be transferred to the different condition. So likewise, the issues are there, and now I'll just wind up this thing. This is the how MSFR tolerant herbicide rice technology is coming up in the market, and the IRI has developed a very good Pusa Basmati 1979 and Pusa Basmati 1985, which is contain a mutated acetolactase synthase, that is ALS gene, and it is a non-transgenic, and how you can have a such program and such technology through genome editing and this thing, and such is the requirement, and definitely the other market, these industry people, they are taking up in this hybrid rice technology in DSR system, because in DSR system managing the wild rice is very difficult. And such imidazole tolerant herbicide is the technology which we may have for controlling the wild rice in DSR. Then precision weed management program, that is also important. If you talk about the site-specific weed management using the remote sensing and improvement in the robotics and the machine vision, whether it is artificial intelligence and the machine learning, then such technology is the requirement, and definitely has the tremendous potential for the economic and the environmental benefit. And the genomic advancements is the facilitate the identification of genes involve the herbicide mode of action and the herbicide resistance. And RNA technology also involves the utilizing the RNA molecules to silence the key weed genes. That is also leading to either increased weed susceptibility or herbicides. That is also there. Then again, the how the successful example is there for the biogens in the weed management program through biological agents, and such soil microbiome are for herbicidal properties there for identifying the soil microorganism and discovering the microbial natural products, and developing the weed management program. So Zygograma is against for the Parthenium, and Nicotina species for water. So I already told you about that one. Phytoremediation is also there. Certain weeds are there which can for the phytoremediation of the heavy metals, and especially the Orontodonax and the Typha latifolia. These are the two successful weed species which we have noticed that it reduced the nickel, cadmium, and certain heavy metals to the level of around 50 to 80% at the different depth of water. So basically, the information technology have to be there, and again the telecommunication using of different your social media platform like Facebook, Twitter, and the other net meeting, and web search engine also becomes so ambiguous and powerful that almost any information can be accessed. And that is the beauty of our internet and digital agriculture business, that you can access the information on your fingertips. So that advancement is certainly paving the way. So basically, the weed scientists and the herbicide industry and the machine manufacturers have to be combinedly responsible for developing the disseminate the weed management technology and capacity building of the farmers and extension functionaries and other stakeholders on the judicious use of herbicides, spraying technologies, IWM practices, herbicide safety, and new weeding tools implements. Again, I'll take 2 more minutes that spraying technology is also one of the important issues because in the spraying technology, the use of your herbicides is different as compared to the insecticide. Here the nozzles are different. Here we have to have a flat fan nozzles. Then again, the walking speed, the calibrations, how much volume is required. Now we are talking about drones. Now drones has the again requirement of water is different. In drone, 8 to 10 liters water is requirement for 1 acre. Whereas in conventional kind of sprayer, knapsack sprayer, we need to have a 150 liter of water for 1 acre. So such advancement needs proper knowledge and again upkeeping of the your machine and the calibration is very much required for getting the maximum herbicide efficacy if we want to have a maximum weed control efficiency from the particular molecule or the herbicide. So let me conclude that, of course, that weed management is heavily rely on the herbicides, and we have to have ecologically balanced, sustainable model. How best we may have a this thing, and combining the multiple tools and techniques and the technological advancement in an integrated weed management strategy is the necessary to address the emerging challenges in the weed management program. And multidisciplinary and the multi-institutional approach involving all the stakeholders is required for getting the best management in terms of the weed management program. So thank you very much. And I think almost all the points I have covered. If anything, if you want to clarify, I'm there to answer your query. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Such a informative and captivating talk about weed management and weed biology, sir. So thank you so much. So we sincerely appreciate the time and dedication that you put today. And
Hello.
am I audible, sir? Am I audible, sir?
Yeah, now you are audible.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Sorry, sir. I lost my connection, sir. So your contribution will definitely an important step in guiding our Agri 2050, sir. So thank you once again. So we have a couple of questions in the chat box. So I would like to ask you with your permission, sir. Shall I?
Yeah.
Yeah. So yes, sir. So there is a question from Anjan Krishna. So she's trying to ask, so what is the how do we do weed management in natural farming, sir? Please discuss about that.
Yeah, natural farming, actually, we have to control the weeds or manage the weeds without using any herbicides and this thing. So we have some mulching techniques through mulching or through some use of different use of different cow urine and the preparation of Go-Amrit and the other the preparations are there. And with that combinations, we have witnessed in our experimentation farm that weed infestation was low as compared to the conventional system. So basically, we focus on the mulching because if we break the light, then definitely the infestation of weed will be reduced.
Thank you, sir. I hope that answers to Miss Anjan Krishna. So the next question is, How do we know if a crop is herbicide tolerant or not, sir?
Pardon?
Sir, the question is from Avnesh. So he's trying to ask, sir, how do we know if a crop is herbicide tolerant or not?
Crop is herbicide tolerant or herbicide resistance?
Tolerant, sir, herbicide tolerant or not? How do we know that?
Herbicide tolerant crop we can know by using spraying the any non-selective herbicides, paraquat or especially the glyphosate, because the herbicide tolerant crop are the tolerant to the basically glufosinate and the glyphosate. These two molecules is being used which are tolerant to herbicides to get the total weed control, because these ammonium glufosinate and the glyphosate, these molecules are the total weed killer. So by spraying this molecule on the crop, if the crop is being killed, that is a sensitive or the susceptible crop, and if crop is survived with the this chemical, then it's a herbicide tolerant crop.
Thank you, sir. So the next question is from Mr. Roshan. So Mr. Roshan is asking, sir, please elaborate about gene flow from herbicide resistant crops to weeds, sir. Shall I repeat once again, sir?
Herbicide resistant?
Sir, please elaborate about the gene flow from herbicide resistant crops to weeds.
Basically, it's a herbicide resistant is the it's a gene flow means the ALS inhibitors molecules which are more prone to having a resistant of different weeds like Phallus minor and the other Dinebra, which I already explained in my slides. That with this, the herbicides are being resistant. And basically, the other ACCS inhibitors, that is also there for especially 40 species of this thing. So, so that is there. So, so again, it's require a lot of research strategy that how we can have a resistant mechanism program. It's not a simple that we have to have a we talk about the herbicide rotation, we talk about the different crop diversification. So with this we can reduce the flow and definitely we may have a reduction in the herbicide resistance program. So basically herbicide resistance management program, it's a in a very big way we have to focus on it. Then only we may get the good result. Otherwise, that's why we after 2 to 3 years we are discontinuing the particular molecules in the market.
Thank you, sir. Sir, another question. There is a concern about, like, say, European countries are blaming developing countries for climate change, despite that they are using huge amount of chemicals. And so, like, what is your say on that? So, like, these herbicides do not, how much they do pollute our environment, sir? So, what is your say on that, sir?
Your voice was actually interrupting. Can you repeat it again?
Am I audible now, sir?
And now you are audible, yeah.
Okay, sir.
In between,
So
your voice is breaking.
Oh, okay, sir. Okay. I guess
your
it's
network
fine now.
width is too low, actually.
I may please ask the concerned person to unmute themselves and ask to sir if my voice is not audible. So I have given the access to unmute themselves. So Mr. Arpit, Mr. Dhruv, can you please unmute yourself and ask to sir directly? Am I audible to you now, sir?
Yeah.
Okay, sir. So there is a question like why the European countries are blaming developing countries for climate change, despite that they are using huge amount of chemicals. So how do we have to say on this? Like, do herbicides pollute environment, or do not pollute the environment?
No,
So
no,
what's
no.
our say, sir?
It's not a question of that herbicide is polluting the environment. And we talk about the agrochemicals as a whole. And any chemical, any this using AC and the other, there are certain, because we have been given the target, all the countries, that how we have to have a carbon credit system and the other issues. So it's not a question of blaming each on other. So we have to see ourselves and how best we may reduce the use of chemical load to the crop. That is our concern. That's why I was talking about that most of the weed management research is centered to the herbicide use. And this is true that herbicides are less polluted as compared to the insecticide and other chemicals. But it doesn't mean that we start drinking herbicides because it's less toxic. So my point is that we have to focus on the issues related to the integrated weed management module, and the integrated weed management module has to be developed in terms of crop diversification and the ecological balance and the other crop related models, and the other the IT sector issues are also there, where we can reduce the workload on the herbicide use. That is our main motive.
Thank you, sir. Sir, maybe the last question of the session. So suppose, sir, we have this Zygogramma bicolor as a biocontrol agent of the weed. So how do we go from identifying the particular bioagent as a controlling our weeds to, sir, like putting the weed into our fields to control the weeds? So like, how do we go from identifying that and putting into the particular weed to use as a weed management? So how do we go from that? Like,
how to go means with the bioagents?
yes, sir. Yes, sir. Like, so suppose we identify Zygogramma bicolor as a biocontrol, sir, and how do we go
As a
from identifying
biocontrol
that?
agent for Parthenium.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
We have a system. We have a system that we cannot do the any kind of study, because most of the bioagents are importing material from the different parts of the country. The Parthenium is the native of the Mexico, and the beetle was imported from that particular country. Wherever the any weed is the issue, it's a native of particular country, then we have to import the bioagents or the any living material from the country. And for that, NBAIR is being the nodal agency, that Bangalore, which is the dealing with the insect and the other living material. And again, that NBPGR is the agency for importing the your all the genetic material and the plant material. So likewise, we have to develop the program. It's not like that we search any insect or disease and work it on it. So there is a certain SOP protocol to do such kind of study, and then only we can come to know that, yeah, particular bioagent is useful and workable for against the particular plant species or weed species.
Yes, sir. Very well said, sir. Thank you so much. Sir, last question of the session. So this is from Sheikh Mohammed. So he's trying to ask, sir, like, this is an era of AI, sir, now. So how robotics do replace the manual laborers in the weed management according to the cost and the cost of the farmers that we are putting into? So how robotics is being replacing, sir?
Robotic, basically, this is again all your database system. So first, foremost important requirement is the robotic is that the crop should be widely spaced. It cannot be a too narrow. So suppose if your amaranthus or your any kind of vegetables are there, then it's very difficult to do weeding in the robotic system. Then we have to have a widely spaced like maize and the other crop. So that robotic has to run in between the lines of that particular crop, and all the database has to be set in the computer system, and then based on that your modeling and the AI put into that one, and based on the hyperspectral signature, then only we may have a sound weed management program through robotics. That is the basic idea developed by the IIT people for developing the robotics. And that's why the remote sensing people and the other disciplinary people, it's not a one man job. By working on the robotics and the other this thing, we have to have a integration of all the sciences, your engineering part and the other computer experts, and again the agriculture experts will deal about the what are the weeds are there in the particular crop, what is the requirement of particular crop, how the spectral signature will develop based on the height and this thing morphology of the particular crop, because morphology is also important. That crop should not be more than 1.5 meter height. If that height is there, then it is very difficult to run the robotics in the field condition.
Thank you, sir. Sir, Ambika is asking, sir, what measures we can take to prevent weed seeds from organic manures?
Pardon? No, I could not
Sir,
get it.
what measures we can take? So the
Preventing
question
weed
is,
seed,
what measures?
preventing weed
Yes.
seeds from the organic manure is the only requirement, that FIM should be well rotten. If we are using a hot FIM, then means raw FIM, then definitely the viable weed seed would be there. And FIM is the biggest source of contaminated your field with the weed seed. So that has to be taken well care than while using the FIM.
Thank you, sir. I think this is all with the questions of the session. So on the behalf of Just Agriculture team and all our participants, I sincerely give a big thanks to you, sir, for such an informative and captivating talk about this particular issue. So your expertise are very much appreciated, sir. So thank you so much joining with us, sir.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. So, dear participants, this is all for today. Before we wrap up the today's enlightening sessions, I would like to take a moment to express my gratitude to everyone who has contributed to this event. To begin with, our organizers, Shri Konda Lakshman, Telangana State Horticulture University, Hyderabad, and Just Agriculture Education Group, the team who has worked tirelessly to make this event happen today. And we extend a heartfelt thanks to our distinguished speakers, Subodh Gupta sir and Anil Dixit sir, for sharing their expertise and insights with us. Our sincere appreciation for the time and efforts and expertise of both the speakers who have generously shared their invaluable experiences in shaping the dialogue and setting the tone for the days ahead. Lastly, I would like to thank our attentive participants for their active engagement and thoughtfulness. Your enthusiasm and curiosity derive this vibrant exchange of ideas, and it will make all this event rewarding. As we look forward for the upcoming days of this event, let us continue to learn from each other, inspire one another, and collaborate towards our shared goals. Sorry for not answering maybe some of the questions, and the people who are saying that they did not get the audio of the presentation, we have this YouTube live with us, so the recording has been put into the YouTube live, so you can go to our Just Agriculture channel at the YouTube and you can get to this session also. So this is, I think this all the query I can see in the chat box. So once again, thank you to all our speakers, organizers, and participants for your invaluable contributions. I eagerly anticipate the insightful discussions and fruitful interactions that await us in the days ahead. So thank you one and all, and let us meet tomorrow with the same pace. Till then, have a great time. Thank you so much.